Children becoming taller than their parents is a pretty common phenomenon, but it can still be pretty shocking, even for the biggest actors, politicians, and reality stars in the world. When Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie got together in 2004, she'd already adopted one child on her own, and then they went on to adopt 2 more kids together and have 3 biologically. Their daughter Shiloh was born on May 27, 2006. In October 2021, Angelina spoke with People magazine about her experiences as a parent in a large family. As she explained, "I have 6 very individual human beings in my home. I am so excited about all the different stages and feelings and curiosities that they go through. Why wouldn't you be? We're supposed to help them figure out who they are, and you can't figure out who they are if you don't enthusiastically develop with them." As Angelina continues to help her kids figure out their true selves, they sure seem to keep reaching new heights, sometimes literally. In January 2021, the then 14-year-old Shiloh was spotted shopping with her mom, and she appeared to be as tall, if not taller than her. A few years later, Angelina was spotted out in New York City with some of her kids, including Shiloh, who looked to be the tallest of the bunch. Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck got married in June 2005 and welcomed their first child, a daughter named Violet, in December of that year. They had 2 more kids together before divorcing in 2015. The resemblance between Garner and her oldest is pretty uncanny, except for the fact that she towers a few inches over her, although she still hasn't quite reached her dad's reported height of 6 feet 4 inches. As Violet continues to grow up, her proud mom continues to cherish the bittersweet milestones, including the college application process. As Garner told People magazine in March 2024, "It is exciting. I can see the stress, even though the excitement and stress go hand in hand. But she's handling it like a champ, and she's totally in charge. I'm not having to say, 'Are you doing this? Are you doing this?' She's a self-starter, and I'm just proud of her no matter what." A couple months later, Garner shared a tearful Instagram post celebrating Violet's high school graduation, along with the caption, "Tell me you have a graduate without telling me you have a graduate."
How are we gonna make it? What are we gonna do?
Donald Trump has a large family that includes 5 children with 3 different mothers. His eldest, Donald Jr., was born in December 1977, while his youngest, Barron, was born in March 2006. By the time he was 12 years old, Barron was already towering over both his dad and his mom, Melania. He's gotten even taller since then, by reaching an estimated 6 feet 8 inches. During an October 2020 campaign rally in North Carolina, former President Trump marveled at his youngest height, as well as his ability to recover from COVID-19. As he put it, "My Barron, my tall Barron. He's very tall. My beautiful Barron. And handsome. He is handsome. But my beautiful Barron had it, and he recovered, like so fast." I said, "Wait a minute, how long did that take? They have the strongest immune systems." When Pierce Brosnan married his first wife, Cassandra Harris, in 1980, he adopted her 2 children from a previous marriage. They then had 1 kid together before she died from cancer in 1991. He went on to have 2 more children with his second wife, Keely Shea Smith, including their son Dylan, who was born in January 1997. Dylan has followed his dad into showbiz by acting, modeling, and singing in the band Raspberry Blonde. During a June 2021 Instagram Live streamed by People, Pierce revealed that a very young Dylan spent some time on the set of the 2002 James Bond film Die Another Day, but apparently he wasn't very interested in watching his father work. As he recalled, "I always remember standing there thinking, 'There's my boy, there's Dylan.' I said, 'How was it?' And you said, 'Are the cars okay, Daddy? Were the cars all right? Can we go see the cars?' And it was my best performance, one of my greatest James Bond heroic moments. I said, 'Yes, son, let's go see the cars.'" In January 2020, Pierce and his sons appeared together at the Golden Globes. Dylan reportedly stood about 4 inches taller than his famous father, at 6 feet 5 inches.
How you guys feel, man?
We're great. We're doing great. We're so happy and excited and honored to be here.
Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes welcomed their daughter Suri into the world in April 2006 and then married in November of that year. However, the Mission Impossible star's devotion to the Church of Scientology and Holmes' wish to protect her daughter from the organization proved to be incompatible. So in 2012, the 2 of them divorced. Suri has basically been a public figure ever since she was a baby, but nowadays she's hardly a kid anymore, as she's about as tall as her mom. It seems safe to assume she didn't get her height from her 5'7" father, and that she instead takes after the 5'9" Holmes. Tom and Suri reportedly remain estranged to this day, but she clearly has a strong relationship with her mom. As Holmes told Glamour in April 2023, "What has been really important for me with my daughter, because she was so visible at a young age, is I really like to protect her. I'm very grateful to be a parent, to be her parent. She's an incredible person." After Jessica Alba met producer Cash Warren on the set of Fantastic Four in 2004, the two of them really hit it off. They eventually got married while she was pregnant with their daughter Honor, who was born in June 2008. They've since gone on to have 2 more kids together. In September 2020, when Honor was 12 years old, Alba shared a picture on Instagram of the two of them standing back to back, along with the caption, "The moment you realize your #1 baby is taller than you." Alba later sat down with SiriusXM's The Highway about how quickly Honor has shot right up. As she put it, "We're back to back, and I fell apart. I just started crying. She's taller than me. I mean, literally over COVID, she went from like a size 7 to like a 9 shoe." According to Alba, Honor grew almost 3 inches over that period to make it up to 5'7".
It's crazy.
Reese Witherspoon met Ryan Phillippe at her 21st birthday party in 1997, and then they got married in June 1999 after co-starring in Cruel Intentions. Just 3 months after that, they welcomed their daughter Ava. It wasn't long before Ava caught up to her mom, who stands at just 5 feet 1 inch tall. In June 2014, when Ava was 14, she and Witherspoon looked to be just about the same height while they were out hiking in the Pacific Palisades. And it was clear that Ava had shot up even more when they were spotted out and about shopping in Los Angeles in 2023. As the daughter of 2 famous parents, Ava has learned a lot about living in the public eye and the pressure that comes with it. Fortunately, her mom's been a strong role model for her. In an April 2024 chat with People magazine, Ava shared an important lesson that she learned from her Oscar-winning mother by noting, "My mom is Southern. A big saying in the South, especially amongst women, is pretty is as pretty does. Every time that comes up in my brain, or I see people being critical of others online for their appearance, I just always think, you're only as beautiful as you treat other people."
I love your little mini-me, looks pretty incredible as well.
I know, she look beautiful.
When soccer superstar David Beckham met Spice Girl Victoria Adams in 1997, it was the start of quite the celebrity power couple. They married in 1999 and now have 4 kids together. Brooklyn, who was born in 1999, Romeo, who arrived in 2002, Cruz, born in 2005, and Harper, born in 2011. And in just the blink of an eye, the middle 2 kids have shown up their dad in the height department. In August 2022, the soccer legend shared a photo of himself with Romeo and Cruz on Instagram, while also quipping, "So close to being as tall as dad. Yep, boys will be boys." Of course, the caption was a joke, as Romeo and Cruz were both clearly taller than their dad. Raising a family in the limelight can be complicated, but the Beckhams have always put their kids first. As David told GQ in 2016, "We've always protected our children, but we've always been honest with them as well. There's going to be things said about you, about us, that aren't true. I've got 4 amazing kids, and an amazing wife, amazing parents, amazing in-laws, amazing friends who I trust. It doesn't matter what people say." Michael Douglas's acting career kicked off in the 1960s, and it wasn't long before he was a bona fide star. In 1978, he became a father for the first time when he and his first wife, Deandra Luker, welcomed their son Cameron into the world. 22 years later, he became a father again at the age of 56, when he and his second wife, Catherine Zeta-Jones, welcomed their son Dylan, who was followed by their daughter, Karis Zeta, in 2003. In April 2023, Dylan and Michael were photographed together at the Broadway debut of Goodnight Oscar. Dylan was 22 at the time, and he looked to be a good few inches taller than his Oscar-winning dad. Michael has admitted that being an older dad can be awkward at times, like when he visited Dylan's college for Parents' Day, and he had to swat away some incorrect assumptions. As he recalled to The Telegraph, "This is not Grandfather's Day, this is Parents' Day. I say, I am a parent. That was a rough one."
Michael and I both look at Dylan and our daughter Karis, and you go, wow, 22 years, and it's been amazing.
Julianne Moore and Bart Freundlich really hit it off while working together on the 1997 movie The Myth of Fingerprints, which she starred in and he wrote, directed, and produced. They got married in 2003 and have 2 kids together, Caleb, who was born in 1997, and Liv, who arrived in 2002. Freundlich is a foot taller than his wife, so it's no surprise then that both of their children now tower over their mom. In fact, Liv was already taller than her by the time she was 14. While they aren't close in height anymore, that certainly hasn't hurt their relationship. As Moore gushed to Harper's Bazaar in 2022, "She's spectacularly poised. I've been bragging about Liv since the day she was born, and I'm so impressed by how well she navigates the world and how mature she is." Liv shared the love by responding, "What I admire most about my mom is how driven she is. She always has a clear idea of what she wants to accomplish, choosing roles she is passionate about, and she never lets go of that. My mom does what she wants to do and doesn't really care what other people think." Kourtney Kardashian was in an on-again, off-again relationship with Scott Disick for years, before she married Travis Barker in 2022. The exes share 3 children, including their eldest, Mason, who was born in December 2009. Mason isn't in the limelight as often as his famous family members, but in June 2022, he was spotted out and about with his 5'1" mom. Even though he was only 12 years old at the time, it was clear that he was already taller than her. While appearing on the Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast in October 2022, Kourtney opened up about why Mason keeps such a low profile, as she revealed, "I see comments all the time that I'm never with my kids, and I just don't love to post my kids on social media. They don't love it. Sometimes they do. Mason does not like it. He doesn't want any part of it. I want my kids to be kids."
I crave normalcy
I know.
as
I feel
much
that.
as we can have it.